Hello, my name is Zap. This is Star Trek Armada 2. This is Fleet Operations. This is the Winter Tournament of 2K18.
Message received.
This match is a tiebreaker match of the second round between Star Master, Prodigy, and Tryptic. Both of them have won all their matches in their groups, and they played against each other 1v1, I believe. One person won each match that they played. So they have the same amount of points and need to play in order to figure out who is actually going to be the winner of their group. We see Tryptic as Martok Klingons. Probably going to shoot down Mighty Scout with the starbase. Yeah, he reacted too late. That venture is dead. That is going to be a little bit of a loss for Mighty, since he doesn't know what he's going to be building past his field yard and his initial die mining. It's an interesting yard position of Tryptic's here, which suggests that he might be going for something larger if he doesn't build it right next to one of his moons. He's usually one of the players that always tells players to build them right next to the moons. He's building a central facility though, which means Quebec's. Mighty has gone for the yard first and is now building science. That's obviously a Starfleet command rush of some sort. Yeah, there the engineering goes up. And Tryptic obviously knows all this and knows what to expect, so he's probably going to go Quebec's. And who knows, maybe he's going to go for a large yard, maybe he's going to add Covorts to the mix just to get his numbers up so he can match all these free ships. Tryptic is expanding to his natural. Yes, he has a second yard extension coming up. First Quebec's on the way. He's building a Cardouche from the starbase. Gotta bounce these numbers even further. I like doing that. An extra Cardouche from the starbase in the early game can really make a difference, because just one extra ship, and Cardouche are actually pretty decent ships. Somewhat bulky, hard to kill at the start. But that Starfleet command rush is coming soon. Both these science stations are done pretty soon. And then it's just the, I believe, 2 minutes or so that the Starfleet command takes to build. He's not building any sabers from his yard. We'll see if he goes for Chassis 1. He should have the money to afford Chassis 1 and still build the... Yeah, there goes Chassis 1 and the... then Starfleet Command, since it's not actually that expensive, Chassis 1. Okay. There goes. Build time is... Yeah, just 140 seconds, so just above 2 minutes. And finally, he's also going to build the second mining station of his. No, somebody's gonna make sacrifices for the rush. Tryptic is building a Birel. Here's the second one queued, but he's gonna have Covorts coming out pretty soon. Yes, small yard, small ship spam from the Klingons. First Quebec's out. Wonder if he's going to go raid with it. He's sending it forward. He might just try and tap some of these miners just to annoy him, maybe make one retreat. You can see Mighty's Tri-Miner is going to the die storage dock, flying all the way across the base. Well, but now the storage dock on the other side is actually done, so it has to fly all the way back again. Ooh! Tryptic has not actually built anything at his natural. He's put his constructor into the center. Does he have enough money for a yard? No, he does not have enough money for a large yard right now. He could put up a field yard or a turret. That will also deny Mighty the possibility of just putting a yard down on the middle and basically threatening all the other natural expansions that Tryptic could have. But on the other hand, he does not get the extra bonus resources from having a whole moon pair, which he can defend with that. How far away are we from Starfleet Command? 40 seconds. This turret is going to take a little bit more than 40 seconds, but I don't think a Warpin plus whatever ship he builds until that will be able to kill it in the meantime. So that turret is almost certainly going up. Yeah, here's a little bit of harassment going on. Mighty is retreating one of his miners. Oh, and he's also finally rebuilt his scout. So Tryptic is doing some work with these, just make him retreat if nothing else. He's not going to be able to kill any miners unless Mighty forgets to micro. But with this intrepid shooting them, he will be forced to retreat pretty soon. Which is unfortunate, because right now Starfleet Command is done. And with the ships already damaged, he's going to have a hard time defending whatever they're going to be attacking. There we go, Starfleet Warpin has been sent, we'll see where it goes. Yes, it looks like it's going to go right here to his main dilithium to defend, which is probably what Tryptic wanted to do with this attack. Encourage him to send it defensively instead of attacking somewhere. On the other hand, Mighty also didn't have a scout out until just now. He scouted there was nothing at his expansion and saw that there wasn't much he could attack in the first place. Interesting Warpin, a Galaxy and an E1 and a Sensor Nebula. Also, all ships weak against Cordouche and Cavorts. They are, unfortunately, both of these big saucer ships, the Nebula and the Galaxy, count as large, so they're not going to take full damage from the Martok pulse only Cavorts, but still. Are they going to run into this turret here soon? Looks like Mighty wants to attack with them, now that he has 5 ships together. Doesn't quite know what to do with them, it looks like. The corners of the map, we see both players expanding to their secondaries. Tryptic isn't actually building a mining station yet, he doesn't have the money for it right now. Oh, an uncloaked Quebec gets hit. There's Cardouche there, it is also going to try and defend, but this Quebec might go down if he doesn't retreat up and away from this fleet right now, but he does. More ships coming in. Oh, this Barella's gonna eat it. Squishy Barrel hides. Oh, and there goes the ping scout. Cheap research. A lot of people forget that it exists in the early game, and each kill is very important, but it wasn't even necessary. The Barrel died before it got popped, but suppose that would have been a bigger ship like that Quebec, it would definitely have died there as well. Now it's just harassment. Titanium mining going to go to shut down. Wonder if this is a conscious decision by Mighty, because he knows that Tryptic with his middle expansion only has this titanium moon. If he gets tri-locked, then he can't build anything more, but unfortunately for him he has still some in the bank. He's not building any Cardouche, he's opting for more Cavorts right now. Looks like he's just going to take his frustration out on his mining station. Being a mining station is actually pretty expensive since they all come with a free Katinga essentially. So in order to not make them unbalanced by giving you free small warships, essentially the Klingon mining stations are a little bit more expensive, just like all the Klingon miners are a little bit more expensive. And Tryptic is decoming it. He's still not built anything at his secondary expansion, but Mighty has scouted that as well now. Not sure if he saw the scout on the new map. But yeah, it looks like the fleet is going left to catch that miner. Constructor. There was a little bit of a raid up here as well. Looks like he got one of the miners there. I wonder if the constructor was building a turret, since that one was repairing. It was pretty low shields when it got in. Well, anyway, Mighty is still not mining more than Tryptic. But does he really need to with those 3 ships? Yeah, constructor going to eat it. Let's count. How many ships do each side have? Mighty has 4 small ships and a Warpin, and the second one should be coming in 15 seconds. Bling, rank up for the Galaxy and the Monsoon, nice. How many ships does Tryptic have? He has 2 Quebecs in the center, Cardouche attacking Mighty's Try, and a Cavort out. That is 4 warships. Am I missing one? No, if he really just has 4 warships right now, that is pretty bad. Here's the second Warpin. It's a saucer Warpin, 2 sensors and another galaxy. Now galaxies don't actually do all that great versus the small ships, but they still have decent stats. Oh yeah, they have most of the damage in the torpedo launcher. It's at best half-half. So with this fleet, it looks like Tryptic's yard is going to eat it. Oh, he's upgraded his starbase twice. That was all his dilithium. Now he's basically out of resources. Looks like he's not expecting to be able to do much against this fleet. The fleet is going to take a little bit of damage. It would swoop in with all his 4 or 5 ships right now. He would be able to get 1 or 2 kills, but can't kill the entire fleet. Yard extension going down. Looks like he's going to let this Quebec finish building. If the extension doesn't die before it, it's going to be close. Ooh, very close, but it got built. Immediately cloaks and retreats it. He needs that ship. Needs those numbers. Center mining. There's a donut up on the top right. More raiding here in the top left. Ah, donut finally got built at Mighty's base. It's upgrading. Does he shoot it in time? No. Did not shoot it in time to do much damage. Pulse platform. Builds fast. It's going to be able to do a lot against these cohorts, especially. Less so these cruisers, but it's going to deny Tryptic the ability to stay here for a long time and just shut down Mighty's mining indefinitely until he gets his ships back. And he is retreating his ships back. They're all going back in a straight line. Well, that's 1 miner down. Looks like he's going to try and deal with this platform after all. But as soon as some more of these ships get here, then these damaged ships will have to retreat. Looks like at home Tryptic wants to go and mine more titanium, since he's actually going to be pretty much tri-locked going forward. He also does not have any shipyards producing anything right now. And the next Warpin is going to be there in less than 2 minutes again. Not to mention that his Mighty's actual shipyard is also producing, so this is looking pretty terrible for the Klingon Empire right now. Yes, 5 warships. 4 plus the one that just got built during the attack down there. Well, I think at this point... Ah, yeah, there we go. Another Bird of Prey expansion. He still has his science station, so he can build more cohorts. Which is a fine choice against Federation in general. But at this point, it's really just hoping that Tryptic can still pull our rabbit out of his hat to win this. Mighty is sending ships to his sneaky expansion to the right. But Tryptic has scouted. Wonder if he's going to go raid it. It's a natural thing to do. There's not much else he can do unless he wants to go attack the base dilithium again. The fleet of the Federation this size, they could go into the center and destroy the Warpins platform as well. I think even if the ships, the Klingons still have help defend the center, it's not going to be enough. Especially once the next Warpin comes in 20 seconds. Oh, looks like Tryptic has rebuilt one of his constructors. Going to try and get his mining up again. He really has a lot of dilithium. I guess spending it on the starbase upgrades was not a waste then, because, I mean, what is he going to do with it anyway right now? Mighty was expecting an attack to the top right, it looks like, since all his fleet is gone here. And Tryptic knows this and attacks, but they are not. Basic cloaky gameplay. And the one big advantage they always have in a situation like this: So, what's he going to go for? The con, which is building another donut, the damaged platform, or the miners? On decloak, the ships are automatically going to target the platform. But is he going to retarget? No, looks like he's going to let the miners retreat. The con also goes away, and the platform does its job of tanking and preventing any civilian losses. The Fed Roll, meanwhile, is rolling on towards Tryptic's base, his base dilithium. Potentially going to spell doom for him pretty soon. I'm not sure if with an upgraded starbase he really wants to engage the starbase itself, but he's going to be able to shut down any other operations, any other mining he has. Kill the science station, the yard center. Not much else Tryptic can do but raid right now and hope it hurts him enough, but it's not going to be enough. Since those ships down there are not going to kill themselves. Mighty also expecting another decloak on him, possibly. He is perhaps overestimating the amount of ships that Tryptic has, but he hasn't actually built any ships in a while. Or he might have finished one covert in the center. No, I still only see one on his fleet. Starbase engaging. Doling lots of damage to these ships, but they don't need to engage. I mean, he's pretty lucky though, getting 3 galaxies. Like, you better not forget his Warpin down here, otherwise the galaxy is going to eat it. They do have pretty squishy hulls, and if all the fire from a Klingon starbase comes to you, and yeah, you're in half health pretty soon. But he manages to pull them out. Not even bothering to shoot the turret right away, he's just killing the yard. Yeah, I think you gotta cancel this one, Tryptic. Nope, didn't cancel in time. But I don't think it matters much at this point anymore. Meanwhile, on the top right we see a couple Mandrill Federation miners dying, but it's not going to be enough. Oh yeah, interesting. Mighty lets the rest of the center expansion live. Going to shut down the titanium mining again. And possibly the yard here. He just rebuilt the extension. He's got to build ships somewhere, but he can't. Because there's always a big Fed roll sitting there and denying it. Knowing that you won't get out more than one ship, you already put in the construction stop beyond the first. Nah. Looks like Tryptic stayed in top right. Forced Mighty to decon the mining station, while he loses his own titanium station, which he just rebuilt not too long ago. There we see the Trek Armada doing all that extra damage against stations. And this time he cancelled his covert. Wonder where he's retreating to. Sure, he took a little bit of damage from the starbase again, but oh well, I guess he never went to repair his other ships as well. No, another trial miner dies. For what it's worth, Mighty's mining has been shut down pretty hard, especially since he didn't have a more developed expansion. But it's hard to get in the early game if you're also going for Warpin Rush. Being able to shut down Mighty and his mining like this is pretty good, but even if he was to lose a bunch of his ships, he can instantly replace 3 of them, since his next Warpin should already be ready. Oh, it is going to be in half a minute. Catching a scout too, or almost. Survives and gets out with 2 crew. Now he's sending his ships back up again. wonder where he'll go. Klingon fleet tanking a little bit of starbase fire by itself. Well, there's a gold rank on the Cartouche by now. What does it do? Draining disruptor cannons. 6 energy drained per volley. That is unfortunately not going to be doing much against these ships, aside from denying individual intrepids or such to be able to shoot. A special maybe. Mighty doing his signature sneaky expansion in the bottom left. He really likes placing down mining stations somewhere on the map where the enemy won't expect it, and then just having them station and the one miner that pops out of it go at it for a while. It's a net benefit in the end, as long as the constructor doesn't die most of the time. Well, that's also something the Klingons really need to do, get some kills on this Federation fleet. Only one died there. But is it going to be enough? I'm afraid not, because their shipyards are still running. I suppose he has rebuilt his yard extension as well, but he's going to need 14 more tritanium to actually rebuild his tritanium station. Oh, no, he's going to need 7 more. Another Warpin coming in to reinforce. Didn't he only lose 1 ship and he had 3 Warpins, so one of these ships is going to go away again. I'm not sure if there's a specific order in which they warp away again. Oh no, it is one of the lower classed ones which is warping away, the Sensor Nebulas. So he's going to be able to keep 1 top nebula and an E1. E1 basically replacing the one that just died. The top nebula just being a nasty ship. Five Klingon ships going to the left. Shouldn't you have scouted that there's nothing here? Well, I guess there's not much else he can do. Yeah, looks like he's turning around. Federation is finally engaging the heavy weapons platform. She's falling in seconds. Hala's not going to last long against all these torpedoes. There it goes. Managed to get 1 Intrepid shields down and the shields of 1 Excelsior to half. Tryptic still not giving up, still raiding Mighty's base dilithium. It was interesting to see Tryptic was so tri-locked, or had so much excess dilithium mining rather, that he has almost 5k dilithium in the bank now. Tryptic again forcing Mighty to decon his mining. For what it's worth, he's doing a good job of keeping his resources down, but again, free ships. Oh. IT's decommissioning his Starfleet engineering? Why is he doing that? Tryptic is finally going to release his anger on the station that has caused him to lose in such a fashion. Attacking Starfleet Command directly. It's not actually that bulky a station, but with just 5 ships, it's not going to go down very quickly. At this point, the Federal can just go and take on the starbase if it wants to. Looks like he just used his special on the yard extension again now. Oh well. He never had Tritanium to upgrade its defenses, so its shields are almost down already. And as long as he keeps a couple of these monsoons in front and cycles, his ships are always going to be completely safe against this. Who's going to go down first? Starfleet Command or the Starbase? Oh, Starfleet Command is getting decommissioned. But I'm afraid it's going to be the Starbase anyway. Well, if anything, makes me feel better about my own loss again in a similar matchup in this tournament, where I was playing against Klingons and afterwards as Borg against Federation, who also did a Warpin rush. And, well, it fills me with joy to see that others can't deal with it any better than I can. Federation fleet ravaging the hordes of Klingon miners. I could pop them for Katingas just for lulz. Oh, his Kondush has gotten better, and that's pretty nice. He's still popping the first special, it just gives you a little bit of a stat increase, which is always nice. Oh yeah, I think that's one of the passives that the Quebec also gets, plus 65% hull durability. And some resistance against torpedoes. Yeah, there's some shady stats on that Kadoosh veteran. Meanwhile, his fleet is basically dead except for one field yard. His constructor was shot down, I'm pretty sure. After that he's just going to have 2 scouts and his 5 warships left. Not calling it yet though. Staying just out of starbase range and attacking the station. Keeping his cohort back because that is short range, would have to go into the starbase range and get shot if it wants to attack the yard. Going to beam onto the Quebec. No, he can't replace that crew anymore, so I might as well. I wonder how much damage the Kadoosh would do if it would actually shoot the Intrepid right now. Because there's an 80 AI ship, it takes increased damage and won't be able to do much against the Kadoosh. But this close to the yard won't die anyway. He's still not given up, still not officially acknowledged that he has lost. Still cloaking his ships to strike another day. But the fleet returns, and the lithium mining is rebuilt, with the mining station close to the starbase this time. Actually going to be able to make use of 3 miners, since 1 miner is going to be flying back and forth basically all the time. Ah, a ping. It's not going to catch anything though. Oh, it is! A scout that was following the fleet, but none of the warships. Yes, destroy that evil Federation miner. No rank up this time. Maybe Kadoosh got it. Maybe it wasn't enough to rank one of the ships up. Ooh, proxy torps, proxy torps. The Quebec is gonna eat it. Now there's 4 ships remaining on the Klingon side. And 1 scout. Oh. Is that just still left on a cloak timer? One of the Intrepids shot the water right there. Now they're sitting right on top of each other. Mighty might see that his ships were getting bumped there and oh, Is this scout? No, the scout doesn't have any energy. The scout is not going to be able to decloak him. But Tryptic decloaked on him anyway. Managed to kill it. But now his cloak is on a timer. And Tricobalt torpedoes missing the small size Cavort. But it's still going to eat it because the other ships are just faster and there are many, many more of them. So this is it. This is the final last stand. He's even uncloaking his scout for some extra firepower. Dying honorably, as Klingons were meant to be. Kadush going down. How long is going to be able to tank for? Oh, there goes. Shield still holding, breaking now. Taking damage on the hull. You really can't see that hull bar move much with this entire fleet shooting it too. That is an extra 65% hull durability. Just popped a special, or no, it ran out. It plays weapon, everybody stops shooting and has to start shooting damn ship again. He's retreating. That is one hell of a ship. And even managed to finally cloak. Well, it was still alive, but his life support systems are offline. He's in yellow crew, he's going to be able to shoot with 50% lowered weapons rate. And there we go. Star GG's it just a second before he destroys the last thing of the opponent. Tryptic still never given up, still never surrendered, but there's nobody left alive on the field to surrender. GG.